everybody, TF Review 16 here, back with another DC Collectibles video review from the highly anticipated new game coming out, Batman Arkham Knight. Now the game isn't out yet, but we're going to take a look at the DC Collectibles new action figures. And here is Scarecrow, and the display fully showcases Scarecrow inside the package. You can see the Batman Arkham Knight logo. Kids, don't choke on your Scarecrow figure. On the side of the package, you get a really nice wireframe digital scan image of Scarecrow from the game. And on the back of the package, you get the rest of the figures in Series 1 here with that same digital wireframe image of Scarecrow on the back. I really like the yellow variant color for Scarecrow, and it says sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. So let's unleash Scarecrow and free him from his Blackgate prison and get him out of package and see what Scarecrow's all about. And Scarecrow is back, looking stronger and scarier than ever in the new Arkham Knight design update for the Scarecrow character. Now, the last time we saw Scarecrow was in Arkham Asylum when Killer Croc took him out. Now, there was lots of references to him in Arkham Origins and Arkham City, and now he's back. And the sculpt and design of this new Arkham Knight Scarecrow is highly impressive. Just the amount of detail and the paintwork that went into this. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt here, you can see he's got his mask on with the strings, and his eyes are just like glazed over, deathly stare in his eyes. The hood is a pliable rubber material and can be brought back, and you can see some more of the details of the head sculpt. You got the gas mask there and all the little hoses. He's wearing his fear toxin all over him like a armor. Very cool. It's basically don't mess with Scarecrow here, because if you try and attack, you're going to get a lethal dose of his fear toxin. I love how the needles come through down in his hands. Just really nice detail there. The needles are nice and straight here. Hand sculpt looks really good. And the wires that go out throughout this figure, just really incredible, the amount of detail on his costume and what he's wearing. So this is a separate piece as well. And you can even see he's got all these hoses, and he's also wearing the noose around his neck. Come around to the back of the coat here too. I love how the coat tails are split here on the back. You can see the stitching, how it was sewed together. They even have paint details in there, and it flows really nicely. It's a soft, pliable material, so that's really nice. Even the inside of the coat has a nice black wash over it. So you're getting this brown coat with a black wash. Really nice. He's got more extra canisters of fear toxin, what I would assume would be oxygen or different chemicals on his back. And you have the brace, his leg brace here. So that obviously must have been caused by Killer Croc when he took him out in Arkham Asylum. And on this side, you just got more of the wiring throughout his costume. You got some pouches here on his belt. So overall, really nice sculpting, really nice paintwork. I love the character design for the updated Scarecrow for Arkham Knight. And Scarecrow comes with his Scream mask, a very terrifying looking mask with some really nice paint details on it. You can see the different paint markings on here, and it looks really old and weathered. And you can see even where the mouth here, you got some nice teeth detailing in there, and even some like fear gas or something running out of his mouth. Looks like blood even, but very terrifying, scary mask that he comes with. And even the inside of it is painted with some nice details. And Scarecrow can wear his terrifying Scream mask, and it looks really cool. So he's wearing a mask on his mask. But you can see his eyes through the eye holes there, so it works really well. Very nice. You can even get the hood up over the top of it a little bit. And here's a full shot of Scarecrow with his mask on. And the new Arkham Knight Scarecrow stands at that 6 3/4 inch scale. And for a size comparison, here he is next to Jason Todd, or the Arkham Knight Red Hood. Here he is next to Arkham Origins, the Joker. Back to Arkham Knight, here he is with Harley Quinn. And last but not least, here he is next to Arkham Knight Batman, the new updated design for the Batsuit in Arkham Knight. So in terms of articulation, you can see his hood is a pliable material, so you can peel it back. It's a little bit hard to get a grip on, but you can peel it back. And his head is on a ball joint, although his articulation is limited by all the hoses and wires he has attached to him. You can see on his head here, there's a wire even attached coming out of the bottom of his mask in 3 different places. He also has the noose around his neck. So his articulation is side to side, up and down, very limited though due to the costume design. His shoulder is on a ball joint. You get 360-degree movement. He has a bicep swivel. He has an elbow bend. It is not double jointed, and he has a hand rotation. That's all. No hinge there and no ball joint. You can see his hand is sculpted in this pose as well, so you're really not going to get that much articulation out of there. His other arm is on a ball joint at the shoulder. He does have a bicep swivel here, and again, you get all the plastic wires here attached to him. I'm a little bit worried about this. You can see at the elbow bend, it's not double jointed, but there is some plastic here. I'm a little bit worried that that one's gonna break over time. And come around here to the beautiful sculpt of his fear toxin injectors, his needles here. He does have a hand swivel here, and the needles swivel with his hand, so that's a really cool feature. But other than that, there's no other articulation in his hand. He doesn't have an upper torso articulation, but he does have waist swivel. It's actually at a ball joint, so it can go forward, back, a little bit left and right. Get some decent range of motion there. And of course, he has his leg brace. He's got these really nice new hip joints here for DC Collectibles in the Arkham Knight line of toys. So he does have some good movement there. His legs can go almost all the way out to do the splits. It is limited forward and backwards a lot. You can't really go forward or backwards that much. He has a single bend at the knee. And of course, the brace here hinders his foot articulation. But look at just the amount of detail in his feet. In the boots even here. On this side, he has the same articulation in the hips. He has no upper thigh swivel. He has a single jointed knee. He's got a boot swivel here at the top of the costume here, and the boot looks really cool. And he's got ankle pivot, which is really nice, and he's got a bend at the ankle as well, so you get a lot of articulation there. And one thing I want to point out, which is really cool, is they even included the articulation on this foot, even though it's locked together by this brace, but the articulation is still there, even though it can't really use it that much. You can go forward about that much, but that's about it on this side, which is true to what the character would be if he was wearing this leg brace. He's not very mobile. So articulation overall is hindered by his costume, but the sculpt and design of this really trumps that. He looks really great on your shelf. So overall, I give this new DC Collectibles Arkham Knight Scarecrow figure a very solid recommend. Matter of fact, I gave it a very high recommend. I love the character design, I love the sculpt, the paintwork is amazing, and he looks really good on your shelf. So make sure you click like if you like this video review. Leave your comments below and tell me what you think of new Arkham Knight Scarecrow. You can find me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter at TFReview16. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out my video reviews. And until next time, keep collecting.
You are the product of everything you fear. Violence, darkness, helplessness. All that remains is for you to watch as I drag your beloved Gotham into oblivion.